everyone, today is going to be a back to school makeup tutorial. I love doing these because it's very hard to get kind of caught up in your makeup when you're doing it for school and you might be in a hurry or you just want to get out the door really quick. So I wanted to show you guys some tips and tricks that I do, that way I can get my makeup done faster but I can still have a full face. Now I do have a tutorial. I have a no makeup look, and I think I also have some really simple ones. I will link those down below if you are in middle school, because I feel like this is more high school appropriate, definitely, or college. I'm personally in college, so I can wear whatever type of makeup I want, and I'm 20, so that kind of has something to do with why I have on a full face. But if you are in middle school or you don't even like wearing a lot of makeup, you can check out those other videos down below. So of course all the products that I'm going to be using are listed on my blog. These are also going to be all drugstore products, so that's really exciting. I wanted to keep everything pretty affordable for you guys. There are some NYX products in here, but those are at drugstore price. You can find them at Ulta. You can also order them online, and I think some drugstores might sell them. So I'm first starting off with my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is my favorite primer because it really just evens out your skin and fills in any fine lines and pores, and it really keeps your foundation lasting all day, so you don't have to worry about it. For foundation, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. This is a 3-in-1 foundation, so it has really long-lasting power. It also combines a primer and a concealer in one, and a powder, so it looks matte on your face and it also covers really well. I like using a full coverage foundation because I find that you need less product and you can apply it a lot more quicker, so I just focus it on the areas where I need the most coverage, which is on my cheeks and my nose and also my chin, and then I spread it around from there. This foundation is very buildable, so if you need more coverage you can always layer on more, but just for school I like a very thin layer so it doesn't feel too heavy. Now I'm going to be using my CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Concealer. This works great at covering up those dark circles that you tend to get more when you're in school. And I like using a small synthetic blending brush for this. This works really good for blending it out to where you don't get any of those annoying creases where there's excess product. Then I just smooth over it with my fingers just to make sure everything is blended. For my face concealer, I'm using NYX's Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer, and I'm just dabbing this onto my chin where it can tend to get a little bit red and fade away. For my setting powder, I'm using NYX's Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. I love using a powder foundation because it applies more coverage, but you can also use this just alone as your foundation. I always do that if I'm really in a hurry. I will just use this powder instead of a foundation, and it gives pretty good coverage and keeps your face looking matte without being too flat at the same time. For bronzer, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match powder, and this one is in Cocoa. This is much too dark for my skin tone, but using it as a bronzer works a lot better since it is a face powder. It looks more natural, it's not shimmery, and it just blends out a lot easier because it is meant to be a face powder. I'm just using a small Sedona Lace contour brush to contour my cheekbones. I usually skip this if I'm really pinched for time, but I think it really brings the color back to my face and also gives it more dimension. Now for blush, I'm using NYX's Rouge Cream Blush in Tickled, and I really like this blush because it gives like a shimmery look to your cheeks, so you can skip using a highlighter and you don't have to worry about your cheeks looking too flat. It just looks very natural. It gives your skin a really healthy looking glow, and it also makes your cheekbones look higher. And to apply it, I'm using a Sedona Lace Angled Kabuki brush. I find this works a lot better to apply cream blush because it just is really fast and blends it out really nicely. Now I'm just combing out my brows using a spoolie brush. And the eyebrow pencil that I'm using is by Jordana, and it's called Fabubrow, and this one is in dark brown. Using an eyebrow pencil is a lot faster than using a powder because you don't have to worry about having an angled brush too. You just have to be careful that it still looks natural. You want to apply it very lightly, use very short strokes, and just try not to push too hard and apply it too heavily, and it can still look natural. It's just a lot quicker than using a brow powder. Then just be sure to go back over it with your spoolie just to blend it all out. For brow gel, I'm using e.l.f.'s Wet Gloss Lash and Brow Gel, and this is just to set my brows so they stay in place all day and they don't move around. For my eyeshadow primer, I'm using e.l.f.'s Mineral Eyeshadow Primer. This is very affordable and it works really well. I'm just applying a little bit to my eyelids and blending it out. Then I'm taking Maybelline's Eye Studio Quad and Give Me Gold, and I'm just using a very large shader brush and picking up the really light shimmery champagne color and just applying this all over my lids. I find this really brings out your eyes and makes it look more put together, but it's still very natural and it doesn't take a lot of effort just having that one shimmery color all over your lid, and you can totally skip the crease color. I'm also dabbing it into my inner corners just to make my eyes look more awake. And just to save time, I'm going to be using my same face powder on a large fluffy brush and just putting this on my brow bone to blend it all out so we don't have to reach for a brow bone highlight color too. For liquid liner, I'm using the CoverGirl 24-Hour Line Blast liquid liner. I find that liquid liner is a lot quicker to apply than a gel because then you don't need a brush too. Pencil is also easy too, but I really like the look of liquid liner because it is so black, but you could always use a pencil liner as well. And I'm just quickly lining the tops of my eyes and winging it out, and it's just really easy with the felt tip liquid liner like this one. Now I'm using the CoverGirl Ink It eyeliner. This one is in black, and I'm just applying this to the outer portion of my lower lash line. This is just to bring the liner downwards so it just looks more put together. You can totally skip this if you're pushed for time, but I just like dabbing a little bit on the outer corners. It really makes your eyes look more awake just focusing on the outside. Now I'm using the NYX Wonder Pencil. This is in light, and I'm just applying this to my waterline. It's a skin tone color, so it really brings out your eyes, makes them look more awake, but still looks really natural opposed to using a harsh white eyeliner. Then on an angle shader brush, I'm just picking up more of that beige color and applying it to my inner corners just to bring out my eyes more. Now I'm just quickly curling my eyelashes. This is just going to open up my eyes so they don't look so sleepy. Then for mascara, I'm first using the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Mascara in black, and this one is really nice because it doesn't take a lot of effort. It's very lengthening and separating, and I'm just using my e.l.f. mascara in Shadow Shield too to apply it. That's going to keep me from getting mascara all over my lid, which is really going to save me a lot of time so I don't have to go back and clean up and touch up my eyeshadow and everything. Just saves a lot of time. And whenever I want to quickly apply mascara to my lower lashes, I just run the tip of the brush over them really fast and then just wiggle it back and forth, and that just applies it to the lashes to where it's coated, but you still don't have to really work with it and spend a ton of time on it. Now I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara just to give my lashes more length and really make them look more black. I'm just dabbing this on the tips of my lashes. I'm not really trying to totally coat the lashes with it. I usually skip this too if I don't have a lot of time, but it really just adds more length and more blackness to them. Then I'm just using a tissue to wipe away any of the lip balm I had on and also to exfoliate. And then I'm using the Revlon Just Bit and Kissable Balm Stain, and this one is in the color Rendezvous, and I really like this because they last all day long. I have a bunch of different colors of these, and they really stay on your lips the whole day, so you don't have to worry about reapplying a lot during class. Then I'm just blotting off some of the color so it's not too bright. Then for a little shine, I'm applying the Revlon Lip Butter in Juicy Papaya, and I'm just going over this lightly. You can totally skip this too if you want, but I think it adds a nice finishing touch. So now we are done with our back to school makeup. This probably took me about 15 minutes to complete, and the more you do it, the more you get the hang of it, and it doesn't take long at all. So that is it for my back to school makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to be trying it out, and also tell me any tips that you have to get ready really fast. So good luck with going back to school, and I hope y'all have a great school year. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye everyone.